G'day viewers and welcome once more to WAINGAFAT Wednesday, where I tell you who or what am I not giving a fuck about today. And I'm actually going to discuss a couple of issues today, rather than just one. I was given a very good lead by a viewer, UK transplanted yank. Wayne Rooney, a soccer player, football because we're in England, a footballer in trouble for saying something like "fuck you" to a camera after scoring 3 goals. Now this bundles up a whole bunch of things that I don't give a fuck about. Sport, people who think swearing's the end of the fucking world, and people who are trying to say that sports stars are some sort of role model. They're fucking high-paid athletes, sure, but you know, trying to expect them to be good at a sport and find moral they can only concentrate on one thing at once, okay? Don't expect them to be fine, upstanding people and really good at sport. Being good at sport is hard. Being a good person, not quite as hard as being a good at sport, but you know. Which reminds me of another recent shitstorm in Australia I don't give a fuck about, when a former federal treasurer wrote an opinion piece for a paper saying basically sports stars are fucked and he's sick of them being put out there doing charity things saying they're role models when, you know, so many of them are fucked units. And he had a cheeky little line. There was a really stupid story here about this schoolgirl who apparently fucked some of the players that came to her school on a promotional thing. And seriously, it is a bizarre, twisted, sordid story of a really damaged young lady and some really irresponsible so-called adults. But Mr. Costello, the former treasurer, made a cheeky line about, you know, any right-thinking parent would be distressed at the idea of a role model sportsperson coming to their daughter's school to inspire them. And the Players Union and the AFL and a few other sports representatives said that was a cheap shot. And it was a really cheap shot using actual things that had happened to criticise the actual people who did them. Yeah, that's a cheap shot. But while Wayne Rooney swearing is clearly deep in WAINGAFAT territory, he got usurped today by a story I saw flicking through the newspaper. Bouffant-Gate. Yes, a scandal about a bouffant. What is this scandal, you ask? A school here got in trouble when the school photos for the term went home and some of the girls had been photoshopped beyond recognition. Like, someone had decided the hair was a bit messy and photoshopped the hair into a totally different style, so they had a big stupid bouffant. And oh, we don't like the way she's got multiple earrings. They didn't Photoshop away the earrings, they Photoshopped away her ears. It was like Photoshop Nightmare Central, right? I get that the students and the parents themselves are pissed off because something happened at school they didn't like. Not news! Maybe the food in the school cafeteria is shit. Not news! You know, maybe the theme for the end of year formal is cliche, been done before. Here's a tip of when there's something happening at your school that you don't like, and how the rest of the world views it. Nobody gives a fuck. And embarrassing school photos, so what? I mean, who takes good school photos? Straighten your tie, son, and get a fucking haircut while you're at it. There are always lots of stories about that we should care about, that we should be giving a fuck about. I mean, now more than most times, whether there's the uprising that could turn into a horrible bloodbath in Libya, the massacres in the Ivory Coast, the ongoing economic and environmental fallout from the disaster in Japan, still economic problems all around the world. Honestly, someone wants to waste time on what a private girl's school photo hair looks like? Oh my god, I just don't give a fuck! Oh, and I tend not to deny friend requests on Facebook. I'm very whorish like that.